goes family? How goes it? Been a minute since I've done just like a late night rant. Hopefully y'all doing good and all that good stuff out there. Another holiday weekend, second holiday weekend of the year comes to a close and whatnot, and it's all good in the neighborhood. I was thinking to myself, I was like, because since my birthday just passed, it's a week ago now, I believe. Well, no, 2 days will make it a week. My nephews, my brother's second set of twins, their birthday just is today, so happy birthday to them, TJ, Tayshawn, and Deshaun Patterson, TJ and DJ. So definitely happy for that, and for them all that, and hopefully they enjoyed their special day because this was all about them today and nobody else. But anyways, since it's my birthday month, as my mother reminded me the other day, I will have to say that it's actually cool to get old. I remember back in the late '90s when Snoop Dogg made that statement. He was like, "It's cool to get old." And I didn't understand it back then. Now I get it. It is cool to get older. Even though a lot of times society wants to look down on it, but it is cool to get older, more mature. You look back the last 10 to 20 years of your life and you're like, dang, glad you didn't make certain choices, glad you made certain choices, and wish you could have made certain other choices. I always say that if I knew now, 10 years ago in my life, even 5 years ago, my life would look very different right now. But something about my birthday month this year that reminds me, I'm just like, man, dodged some bullets when it comes to a lot of things, friendships, relationships. Man, dodged some serious bullets, dodged some serious headaches. Because the one thing I can say, getting older, I think I've always been like this because I'm an introvert, but the one thing I can definitely say, getting older, I value one thing is just more and more peace, and just being away from people and just enjoying, doing the things I love to do and whatnot. For my Texas people, I will be out there next week, so looking forward to seeing y'all again. And but yeah, I just gonna keep it real at the end of the day. I enjoy getting older because I look back and I'm just like, even when I have certain conversations with people from my past, it's just like, wow, um, yeah, I see why nothing happened there. I see why I don't really talk or mess around with you at all in any aspect, or even try to engage in intellectual discussion because a lot of people, they're very satisfied with being basic, and they're very satisfied with doing basic things, and any sort of growth scares the living crap out of them, or they don't know about it, and ignorance is bliss. Brother from another mother, mine's birthday is actually coming up in 2 days, so hopefully I get to hear from him. He lives in Hagerstown, Maryland now. So Vincent, if you're watching, I think you're on Instagram, but I'll put this on Facebook later. If you're watching, answer the phone when I call on your birthday, brother. We're born the same year, same month, so it's our birthday month, man. So but it is what it is. But yeah, man, it's cool to get older, and like I said, the one thing I can say I'm happy I get older. Getting older is like getting more wisdom, appreciating more things in life, whether it's being able to be around certain people or whether it's to be away from certain people. I definitely appreciate, I've always considered myself to be more of an honest person. I think the older you get, the more honest, for the most part, you get, unless you're just a straight up shyster, loan shark, or whatever. So I definitely I appreciate the people who are honest with me in life more. So that's one thing I can say with a lot of sincerity. But another thing I would like to say is, I notice a lot of people when they get older, yeah, they don't, they they lack couth, meaning they lack having any respect in any manners or anything of that nature. Um, they have a lot of people have this I don't give a crap mentality, but then they wonder why they're alone a lot. From as far as having a significant other. And I notice a lot of people, they think that they are the total package when it comes to anything, whether it's business, relationships. And I still want to, speaking of which, if Adrian and Chris are watching this, I still want to do that panel with you guys in regards to getting your opinions on relationships in today's world. But I've noticed that, and then they end up being alone because people think that they should not have to change at all on any aspect when you're trying to build a business relationship, build a personal relationship, even a friendship. And for the most part, all I got to say is this: everything in this life is going to be some sort of a compromise. Whether you're an employee, whether you're a business owner, whether you're in a relationship. I mean, hell, the parents already know that their whole life is compromised. Is not compromised. Is about ensuring that the children are good first before they're ever even worried about themselves being good. So that's just that just goes without saying. But there's compromise, and a lot of times you have to do things that don't really align with your principles. But that's just life, like the group, the age of workers coming up in today's world. They want to work for companies once they get older that fall in line with their values, whether it's regards to getting a shot, whether it's regards to what they do in other countries, whether it's bigger than just a benefits package and the pay. A lot of times people are like, well, hey, I don't want to have to compromise my beliefs in order for me to work for your organization. I get that, and I totally respect it. So it's all about what you want to do at the end of the day. That's why it's like, I don't give advice. For me, it's just like, hey, I give my opinion on a situation, and then I always say, but what do you want to do? Because just because you can get good advice from somebody or even mentorship from somebody, at the end of the day, the decision boils down to what's good for you. If you have a family, what's good for the family, and what are you trying to do for you, and what are you trying to do for the family? That is, I can't answer that question for you. That's why I don't want to. When people like to ask for advice from the personal life, I really don't like to even respond. All I say is, well, hey, if I was in your situation, this is what I would do. That's what will work out for me. What's going to work out for you, I can't answer that question. You know what I mean? So that's why it's cool to get older, for me, because not only appreciate life and then appreciate the people that you want to be around, and appreciate that hopefully you have the opportunity to not be around people you don't want to be around. Hopefully, you get put in a position to where you can live life you don't have to take a vacation from. And for those watching, if you're wondering why I got this background, this is one of my favorite spots in Houston. Because I like to be able to, every now and then, I'm not in my 20s anymore. I don't go out and party every weekend or anything of that nature. But this place reminds me of when I was in my 20s. My boy Adrian would go out and have, just have fun. You know what I mean? And that was life before Uber. You know what I mean? But anyways. This spot is called Cheyennes, I believe, in Houston, Texas. And, go there. It's a great mature crowd. People dance. Everybody's having a great time. Nobody's like stupid, things of that nature. People that work there are pretty cool. So it's a great place to go. I've discussed business deals here. It's like a lot of places, people don't, believe it's like business deals are discussed on chat lines nowadays, or on the golf course, obviously. Country clubs, obviously, and then a lot of times in places like this, people just having a good time and doing their thing. But anyways, I digress. But before I end this video off, because I'm about to call it a night, I will say that it is not only cool to get older. It's not only cool to get older, but it's cool to say to yourself, okay, now that you've done X, Y, Z, what's next? What's the next adventure you want to go on? What's the next goal you want to accomplish? And how are you going to do it? How are you going to go about doing it and completing this? And to me, at the end of the day, that's one of the most important questions that I can ask you all out there. Let me know. If, obviously everybody's getting older this year, and you're fortunate enough and blessed enough to be able to get older this year. What's next? What's the goal? You know, and hopefully it's not something that's too easy, because to me that's not a goal. That's just something that you could have got done a long time ago. Um, for me, it's just all about making moves and building more relationships and being around the right people and still going on adventures and whatnot. This year I'm going to go to the Bay Area of California for the first time. Going to go visit my nephew out in Pacific Northwest, and might even go to Canada. You never know, and go from there. But yeah, it's just like going on more adventures. Getting more access to capital, things of that nature. But let me know what your goals are. And since you're getting older this year, a year older, like everybody else does, and how you gonna implement, how you gonna move forward. Like I said, I can't answer that. Only you can. All right. So on that note, family, do great three things: like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day. I come to another end in 2022 on MLK Day. Like I said, always remember the greats. Always appreciate the greats, and go from there. And always remember the true message that was put out there on a constant, regular basis. All right. So, as I always say, make money moves, or you're gonna live broke like a fool. Take care, family.